It's great to see you. Are you ready for your quarterly goals review? How have you been doing so far this year? My name is Marie-Christin Anthony. I am a coach and program manager who strongly believes that we can all accomplish the goals that we set. We're taking our goals reviews in our personal life very seriously. I hope you came with your paper and a pen so you can take notes as we go. In today's video, I will be sharing tips and resources that you can leverage as you do your quarterly review. I encourage you to block an hour or 2 hours, depending on how many goals you had this year, to do your own quarterly review. It is a very powerful tool and it sets you up for success throughout the year. Let's get to it. Think about our goal reviews as something that we need to be intentional about. And I will be walking you through my intentional framework for goals reviews on a quarterly basis. The goal review framework has 5 phases. The first phase is reflection. We want to look back at the past quarter and see how we were doing overall. The second phase is to audit, also looking back at the past, gathering some data and insights from the past quarter. Then we want to start looking forward. In phase 3, we want to review the goals that we set for the year based on the categories that are important to us in our lives. In phase 4, we want to go through realigning our goals. I like the concept of quarterly reviews because it gives us the opportunity to realign our goals and plan our path forward. And the fifth phase is execution. How are we going to plan for execution of our goals in the next quarter? You have 3 more quarters where you can work towards your goals. In phase 1, the reflection phase, we want to look at your mindset and your wins. Before looking at all your goals, I like to start with assessing how are you feeling? How are you feeling with regards to the goals that you set? Are you feeling good? Are you feeling like you accomplished a lot? Or is there something that you need to work on? And I like to take a note of that feeling because there's a lot of information that we can gather from how we're feeling and how we're doing overall. You need to remember that goals serve as a tool for you to accomplish the life that you want to build, and it should not be the other way around. You should not feel like your goals are dragging you through life. I like to think about it this way. Your goals must align with who you are becoming. Look at that. They give you the opportunity to work towards the future. Write out your wins and your accomplishments. Think about at least 3 to 5 accomplishments. This is not the time for you to judge if it's a big win, a small win, or a medium win. A win is a win. Reflect on the lowlights, those things that you wished you did more of, or the things that you did not even get to start. Write them down and also think about the learnings that you have had. Recheck if you are still committed to the goals that you were working on in Q1. You always want to make sure that there is alignment between your goals and where you see yourself going. This might be a good time to think about what is no longer serving the person you are becoming. In the second phase, this is the audit. I'll say this is a phase that I actually started doing better this round. And in the next video, I'll be sharing my personal Q1 review with you all. In the audit, I encourage us to gather data points. We do this in our business lives, but we've forgotten that we actually also have data in our personal lives. I want you to look at the goals that you documented and you were committing to for the first quarter. Calculate the amount that you completed. Calculate the amount that are still in progress. Calculate the goals that you maybe did not make progress on or that stalled. And then calculate the percentage of goals that you decided to cancel. There's a lot to learn from this. It's not about saying, oh my gosh, I did not do well, I failed on my goals. No, that's not what it's about. I would look at the ones that are still in progress and ask myself, are these goals that I want to be carrying over to Q2? Or was the goal the learning for the year? And then I'll close them out. I did not take them to completion, but that was what it was supposed to be. Then look at the goals where you stalled. There's a lot of information that you can gain. There's always a reason why you're procrastinating and you want to sit and actually reflect on that fact as well. So as you're doing the audit, look at the data points that you have there, gather any insights that you have and learn from it. It will be very important as you look at your second quarter goals. Some other things you can think of when you look at your stalled or not started goals. Did I not start because I did not have the resources? Was the time not the right time? Or did I just move on from the goal? If you moved on from the goal, I encourage you to cancel the goal. So We have spent time looking at the first phase, which was reflecting. We have looked at data. Now let's look forward into the next quarter. It's very important that with the reviews that you're doing, you not only stay in the now, but you start planning for the quarter. This is your opportunity to look at where you're going in the next quarter. Phase three actually kicks us off with that journey where we look at our goals that we set for the year and for the quarter. And we ask ourselves, have we covered the main buckets that are important to us? Do we have goals that are focused on our growth in your career, in your business, in your finances, in your learning? Do you have goals that fall in the well being category where you're thinking about your personal health, your fitness, your mental health, and rest? Then let's look at connection. We know that it takes a village to live and it takes a village to accomplish our goals. Think about your relationships, networking, your family time, your community, mentorship, what you're doing to give back, and the bold goals that you're setting for yourself. One of the things that has helped me feel motivated to accomplish my goals is that I do ensure that I have goals in all the areas of my life that are important to me. It actually helps me feel more like a rounded person when I accomplish multiple goals in different areas of my life. What do we do in the fourth phase, the pivot? We decide, what are we going to keep? What are we going to drop? What are we going to create? The business world, we talk about start, stop, continue. I actually like this concept of keeping a goal because you're committed to it and you know that it's something you want to continue doing in the next quarter. So mark your goals that you want to keep. This category of drop is very important. You do not have to carry a goal throughout the year just because you started it in the first quarter. Trust me, it is very okay to drop a goal. The only thing that I will tell you is don't just drop a goal because it's difficult. Drop a goal because it no longer aligns with who you are becoming. And then I really like the create. I like the step of thinking of what goals you want to add to your list and where you want to create new goals. It is great and motivating to know that you don't need to only work on goals that you knew at the start of the year. I mean, who I was in January is very different from who I am in March. Take the time to think about new goals that you want to integrate into your next quarter. As you're thinking about your goals for the next 12 weeks, ensure that the goals are specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. And the fifth phase is the roadmap. As a program manager, I know that if you want to be successful in a quarter, you have to set the foundation in the first month of the quarter. 3 months go by really fast. I keep saying a quarter is long and short at the same time. So I would encourage you to think about it this way. What do you need to do in the first month of the quarter to set your focus and the foundation for the quarter? Think about all the heavy lifting and things you have to do to set the foundation. In the second month, you definitely want to keep the momentum. By the time we get to May this year, we want to be powering through on all the goals that we have. Think about the second month as your month of momentum. I encourage you to do a monthly review of your goals to see how you're doing and motivate yourself for the last month of the quarter. As you come into the last month of the quarter, this is when we have the final pushes for things that are due by the end of the quarter. And also, it's the time where we do our reviews and start preparing for the next quarter. I really love this concept of looking at your goal roadmap and seeing how you are progressing through the quarter. As a recap, we talked about the first phase where you were reflecting, the second phase where you were auditing, the third phase where you were ensuring your goals were in the right categories, the fourth phase where you were realigning, and the fifth phase where you were planning for your execution. That's how we run successful goal reviews. I hope this review was helpful. I know one thing for a fact. Structure allows your intuition the space to thrive. There's one thing around working with vibes, and maybe you might be successful in the short term. But to build the life that you want and accomplish the big goals that you're working towards, you need structure. I would like you to reflect on these three things. If I could accomplish one thing next quarter to feel successful, what is it? Know what your North Star is. Number two, what is the one habit that I need to automate to make these goals easier? I have been doing a lot with AI and incorporating AI into my daily life. Maybe that's a tool for you. Number three, where do I need to ask for help or delegate? You might not be accomplishing one of your goals because you have not asked yourself this important question. I hope these three reflection questions help you as you go through your review. I want you to know that I strongly believe that you can do the things that you have been wanting to do for years. I hope this goal review framework helps you. See you in my next video. Take care.